Hello everybody, this is Frank Bob here. Welcome to race number 13 of the 2020-21 NROL Skittles Cup Series season. This is the Disney Flower at the Orlando International Speedway. This season's been a rather interesting one so far, and same for this weekend. Last weekend, yesterday's race, the Stevens Entry was pretty cool. Especially the ending was absolutely insane how that happened. So, will we see the same thing happen in the Skittles Cup Series, or will this one be more normal? I don't know. Well, let's find out, but for the meantime, let's give you your starting grid for the race. So the pool for this one is Kurt Busch, alongside second is Russell David, third is Brad Keselowski, fourth is Gridgen, fifth is Eric NROL, sixth is Douglas, seventh is Cole Custer, eighth is Tim Tom, ninth is Martin Sr., 10th is Joey Logano, 11th is Tyler Reddick, 12th is Chris Buescher, 13th is Brian Coaches, 14th is David Jones, 15th is Matt DiBenedetto, 16th is Rebecca, 17th is Point Bobbin, 18th is McDonald, 19th is Alex Fleming, 20th is Nia, 21st is Duck, 22nd is Brian Priest, 23rd is Kyle Busch, 24th is William Byron, 25th is Ryan Blaney, 26th is Kyle Larson, 27th is Christian Bell, 28th is Perry Serp, 29th is Kevin Harvick, 30th is Clint Boyer, 31st is Denny Hamlin, 32nd is Felix Box 33rd is Chase Elliott, 34th is Oliver, 35th is Ryan Newman, 36th is James Six, 37th is Austin Dillon, 38th is Bob Walsh, 39th is Rick Sales Jr., 40th is Jimmy Johnson, 41st is Quinn House, and 42nd is BJ McLeod. Alright, another full field of cars. Just ready for another action-packed race. I'm looking forward to it. Also, Russell David with a front row starting position, as he was getting a bit of a slow start. But Russell David on the front row. One of his teammate back in the Siemens National Series won his first career win yesterday. So, can Tobar Motorsports repeat history? Well, last year, two Tobar Motorsports cars won. Well, two Tobar Motorsports drivers won both races. See, last year was Balcon Films, and then Formula Bobbin. This year, we've had Huber Lexipulse, still a Tobar Motorsports driver. Today, we've got two Tobar Motorsports drivers as well. Of course, your usual Russell David and Formula Bobbin. Can one of the two seize victory? And what's going to feel a bit messy on the start. I don't really remember that from last time I did this. Because once again, this is a returning track from last season. Yeah. It feels a little bit weird when it starts up for some reason. Not sure why that is. Oh well. Anyway. So this should be an interesting one. Okay, I feel this thing's gonna take a little while, so we're gonna skip. Wait, no, we're gonna have to wait until. Yeah. Then do one more pace lap of the field, or around the track. And this really should be a good one. So this is the second Super Speedway race of the season for the Skittles Cup Series. First one was the race at Pensacola International Speedway. That race was a bit of a, well, I would say that was a bit of a mess. It was only a mess for like the first lap because, of course, there was a lap 1 caution that wiped out the field. Although, as we saw in the Siemens National Series race yesterday, the track is a lot more tame. Which is kind of to be expected since we raced here last season. And last season was a pretty tame race. So, I'm not expecting the same out of this year's race. So Russell David, it's gonna be interesting because his rookie teammate in the Siemens National Series has won his first career win before Russell David has. And Russell, he's got an entire Siemens National Series season under his belt, and now he's ran. Now this is his 13th NROL Skittles Cup Series start, and he's also been a starter in every single Siemens National Series race up to this point. And he's had a couple good runs here and there, but no W just yet. One other interesting thing as well about Huber Lexipulse is that he started pretty deep in the field in yesterday's race, and came through the win. Russell David, however, starting on the front row. But hey, this is super speedway. Anything can happen between now and the finish. The big question, of course, though, is what's going to happen in this particular race from now in the end. Well, we're about to find out. Space car will be pulling off right now. Field coming to the finish line. Kurt Busch on the point. And green flag is in there for the Disney Fun Farm at Orlando International Speedway. Also, no can't drive. So unless it's a crash, lap traffic won't really be a thing. As Kurt Busch now goes below as low as he can. Brad Keselowski, though, on the inside. So Kurt Busch in the lead, but here is Brad Keselowski on the inside lane with quite a bit of help on the low line. Douglas Martin Jr. is behind him. And Douglas actually going to go underneath Keselowski. Truex up here as well. Here's now Douglas going past him. Douglas to the lead. They feel going absolutely nuts. Quite a few orange cars up here. We've got Chris Buescher, Nia, and Ryan Preece. Yeah. Then Logano. Oh my goodness, I'm messing up my drivers. Okay, Buescher, Logano, and Nia. All orange cars in the bottom lane. Looks like it's now going to lose the lead to Martin Truex Jr. I don't really talk about Martin Truex Jr. too much. He was the second best driver last season. So far this season, though, I mean, he's been good, but he hasn't been great. He will leave this lap, though. I forget to change this ticker. I do apologize for that. Good thing I noticed it 3 laps in. Here's the Logano. Quite a wild field. I think if it was this wild, let's see, it was a nice race yesterday. Logano on the lead, but here's Chris Buescher. And Kyle Larson going low as well. Chris Buescher gonna take the lead. I keep confusing for Stenhouse. Keep in mind, Stenhouse did drive this car last season, so... Well, last season. A season before, you know what I mean. Last season. No. Whatever. It was a season ago, okay? Couple seasons actually. Kyle Larson not gonna take the lead here. Kyle Larson, another driver that I really haven't talked about too much this year. To be fair, Larson wasn't that good last year either. I mean, he was decent. He won a race, but then he had a bunch of bad races in a row and missed the playoffs. I don't know if Kyle Larson was in the playoff bubble at one point in last season, and then he fell out and never really recovered. Here comes Ryan Preece as well. And Phil underneath as well, going nuts. Ryan Preece, though, right now tucking behind Kyle Larson. And here goes Ryan Blaney going low as well. Your points leader. Almost won last weekend at New Smyrna. This week, though, we're at a completely different track. And here's Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the actual Ricky Stenhouse. Stenhouse does have a good history at these play tracks, though. I say good. He has had a bit of. He's also had a destructive history, but he's trying to redeem himself. As Ryan Blaney gonna go underneath Kyle Larson. Ryan Blaney trying to score another one for the team. There was a couple points of time yesterday when Austin Cindric was in the lead. He just couldn't come home with the victory. But Ryan Blaney, though, he's already got 3 race wins. Here's the real Xbox nerd going on the low line. I really haven't talked about him too much this season. Man, if you're going absolutely nuts, how long until they wreck? Now here's Rebecca. Kevin Harvick down low. Kevin Harvick running a bit of a special paint scheme. But the Xbox nerd leads, and here's Rebecca. Rebecca happened to be in yesterday's Siemens Next race, and actually Rebecca did lead a lap, and then got involved in a crash that happened very early on in the race. But here she is once again back up in the lead. Of course, this is the Skittles Cup Series race, the race that really matters. Remember, for some of these guys, the Siemens Next races are just for fun, but the Cup Series, that's where it counts. Now here's Rebecca leading the pack. Rebecca still one of the newbies at Solus Motorsports #1, trying to lead the field. Here comes Kevin Harvick. It's gonna be a bit of a duel, but it looks like, who's gonna lead the lap? Well, they went to Kevin Harvick. Yep, Kevin Harvick leads this lap. Jimmy Johnson up here now. Tom here as well. And this is the entire field. You know, no caution, no slow cars. This is the whole field all together in one big group. There is also some of the guys that are usually slower running up here. Can't remember though, still leading the race. In fact, he could be the first driver of the race to lead a whole lap. That's some guys underneath him. And Kevin Harvick gonna come back down low. Harvick will lead an entire lap. Well, the Solus guys trying to get back on him now. The Solus guys didn't do that well last weekend, so now they're trying to do even better. Because here is Tim Tom now with a lead. Tim Tom, who was not had a good season, trying to redeem himself. At least this time we've gone a number of laps without the whole field being wiped out. Yeah. Excuse me, pause game for a second. Okay. So Tim Tom still with the lead, though. He's going to lead this time by, I think. No! Doug is going to... Oh, no, there's a backslide. Whoops. Sorry, I apologize for that. I had to stop the race for a moment to check something. I'm a little bit lost of where we actually are on the racetrack. At Doug the Great Western Engine. He's William Byron and Floyd Bobbin on the inside. These two paint seats, but make note of them because these could be retired soon. It's like battles with Tim Tom. Here's Danger 6 up here. Danger 6 has had a couple surprisingly good runs this year. Trying to continue that today. Or tonight in this case. Here's Duckbill now trying to take the lead, and he does. Here comes Floyd Bobbin. And throwing to a bobbin. Now passes Duck the Great Western Engine. And Throwing to a bobbin did win this race last season. Could he do it again? I don't know. And I hear them spinning. Looks like we have our first crash of the day. Feels so for respect line. Those Tyler Reddick goes to the inside of Throwing to bobbin. Who's gonna win the respect line? I think it's Throwing to bobbin. Yeah, it's Throwing to bobbin. And the caution's out. Well, that lasted some time. I was kind of hoping we'd go the whole race, without any cautions, but it's a super speedway. That stuff always happens. So what actually happened? Wow. Some of the slow guys got involved. Okay, well, let's see what started. So, let's see, started by Douglas, who actually was leading for, a little bit. So let's see what actually happened. So, okay, so Douglas, he's just doing his thing. Oh no, it was Stenhouse. Well, I mentioned earlier Stenhouse has a bit of a reputation on super speedways, but today, though, he's making a negative reputation for himself as he now gets caught up with Ryan Blaney, the points leader, I think, and caused a multi-car pileup. Very big accident. Cole Custer went for a tumble, actually. See that again from a different angle now. So you can kind of see what happened. So let's watch in slow motion. So Dre Sales Jr. gets turns into Ryan Blaney. Rob Wallace gets involved, and a bunch of the guys on the low line, Cole Custer, Christian Bell, and the rest of the people behind him, even some of the slow guys, Quinn Houff, BJ McLeod get involved, not Newman, Bush. A lot of heavy hitters in this one. Wow. And Cole Custer going for a tumble. Let's see how that actually happened. So he was sliding, and then he hit the... Okay, now I got some kind from Clint Boyer and Bowman. I think so. We've got Custer and Boyer. I think Kevin NROL got involved with Texas as well. I might be wrong. Cole Custer went for a tumble. Well, we made it this far without a caution. $12 laps in, that's still kind of good, all things considered. More scraping of the wall, apparently. Oh. Really? What happened here? Oh. More dramas, like trying to slow down. Jimmy Johnson, Tim getting involved. Oh, Rebecca and Doug or Oliver getting into it as well. Jimmy Johnson and Tim Thomas were broken, and they're still wrecking. Now what? Yeah, the British Bucks are getting pushed by Ryan Blaney for some reason. Wow. So even after the big wreck had ended, and it's still wrecking under caution. Oh. Really? Well then. Let's just put a damn on some of these guys' spirits. Couple gaps in here because there's some cars that need to come up here and get sorted out. So drivers though with now broken race cars. So unfortunately for them, they're going to have to take a pit stop. Denny Hamlin, last week's winner, now with some damage. Although crash under caution happened as well, that's something we didn't see in the Siemens National Series race. Well, it's gonna cause some problems. Is Johnson come back on the field? Oh, what else did with the blown motor? Well, that's unfortunate. I really thought I was going to be able to do well in this race, but no, Russell David's bad luck continues. Hey, Russell Davis has not had a good season at all so far. I mean, he's had a couple good runs, but for the most part, he just can't put anything big together. Which is crazy here, considering that, you know, who would like supposed to see him as next year, he's just won his first, you know, Series Next Series race. And please, that pet. Okay, I try to get rid of my pet for a second. But yeah, weird stuff. So now we're gonna have some slow cars to deal with. In fact, quite a lot of slow cars. That's going to come up for roadies to Chase Elliott. JJ McLeod coming off as well. Someone that's trying to get speed. There's Logano. Good Bush trying to get up pit road. Looks like these guys are actually coming up pit road now. Most of them anyway. Yeah, Kurt Busch, he's taking off now. So some guys are done for the day. But for others, their day does continue. Albeit, though, the car is going to be broken. He's being McLeod, though. He might score some extra points running for Spire Motorsports. He's in for Quinnell. We don't see him every week. The other was Donald. As we're not coming back around. Well. So, that's unfortunate for Russell David. I think. Anyway, should still be back. Yeah, no, he's done. His day, unfortunately, over. You know? Then again, yesterday's race of his and the Series Next Year's race ended with a spin. You know, a crash. This time, same story. All a different part of the race. You know, that crash happened on the Series Next Year's happened, you know, on the final, second to final lap is now Donald off the track. So let's fast forward a little bit. And I feel like I'm ready to restart. We should see one up front because everyone's on the same lap. Yeah. So 31 drivers. Actually, a lot more drivers than I thought there was. Wow. I think about 20 cars. Yeah, half the field came up here road only half of those guys are actually gonna stay in this race. Kind of unfortunate. Oh well, these things happen. But unfortunately, Russell's lackluster season continues. Well, anyway, for those who are still in the race, let's just fast forward a little bit more so we can get to the exciting bit. Okay. So, about to restart at Orlando. His car is off. And about to approach the restart zone. And green flag is back in the air at Orlando. Bill, are we going nuts as well? That's gonna be a bit of a theme on these restarts. What about though getting a little bit of a push from, well, a push, bump drafting from Tyler Reddick. Yep, they're going nuts. So how many cars, though, are going to be so slow they fall out of the pack? Well, find out in a moment, as Doug now takes the lead. Going Byron and Ryan Priest in the inside lane as well. And Doug going to lead this lap. His Great Western teammate won about 10 races ago back at Sonoma. So Doug trying to become the second driver of Solis Motorsport 2 to win a race. I think. No. Whatever. It's the second Great Western to win a race anyway. Speaking of which, his Great Western teammate is Oliver's not too far back. Yeah, I feel getting a little bit broken up. My coach is on his own island right now. As William Byron, though, is part of the lead pack now, trying to take the lead. And William Byron's the lead in Orlando. Like for now, though, as here goes Pre-Serp and Matt Banana up here as well. But here is Percy Serp. Oh, here's Nia. Now here she is now in the lead. Nia's still looking for that first victory. You know, it's not like and it's not like she's without a win. Obviously, you know, most people will still remember that time that she won at Seekong, that qualifying race. And here is Dangerous Hicks. How about that? Dangerous Hicks is about to lead his first... Hang on. Come on. And... yeah. And Dangerous Hicks has led his first lap in the Cup Series since he came back. How about that? Dangerous Hicks, the dangerous, the stuntman. Wow. Dangerous Hicks, he's been racing regularly in the Cup Series since last season when he came back. And now for the first time in this tenure thing, that's been going on since 2018, Dangerous Hicks leads the lap. Man, that team must be thrilled right now to be up here. He's gonna lead another. I might go to Nia. Now, Dangerous Hicks. Not only does he lead his first lap, he leads another one. Wow. Dangerous Hicks. His career has certainly been interesting. He ran a full season back in 2003 and then left. And he didn't race again in the series all the way up until 2018 when this team came back. And now here he is in front of the field at Orlando. And he's still on front. Wow. And keep in mind, you know, Dangerous Hicks, this is the amount of laps he's led in his entire career. At least up to this point, anyway. I'm not really sure how well he did back, you know, in his original run, but now that he's back, he's leading his laps, man. Nia's well staying on in front. Spuffley's remained relatively tame now between Dangerous Hicks and Nia. So you've got a stuntman who wants to become a race car driver once again, now in front. And Dangerous Hicks going to lead another lap. Meanwhile, we have Nia. This is her second full season. Trying to Still trying to get that win. At the moment, though, Nia and Danger's doing a pretty good job of holding up the rest of the field, but it's only lap 22. We still got a long way to go in this race. Like, I think at this point, this field's just waiting for the right time to pounce, although the high line gets a bit. It seems that whenever the high line gets around, the low line, gets back up front once the corner begins. And Dangerous Hicks, this time by, not only has he led the most amount of laps in his whole career, but this is the most amount of laps he's led of any driver this weekend. Man, how about that? Dangerous Hicks of all drivers doing this. All field over now starting to break up organization. Yep, it wasn't going to last forever. Here comes Eric Jones in the bottom lane to the inside. Must have been fun for Dangerous Hicks there to lead those laps, but unfortunately, that's over. However, lap cars will likely play in later in this race. And here is Eric Jones now leading the field. While Doug now getting back to the lead. Also got Bank Hooks behind him. It's still be a nice win for Total Motorsports and Bank Hooks one, because of course, Bank Hooks is none of the, well, nah, here's the thing. You've got YouTube Motorsports, which is affiliated with Total Motorsports, if you know what I mean. Well, I think I've said it enough times, like, dang, YouTube Motorsports, they've got that Total Motorsports Alliance, they get those cars. It was Oliver going all the way to the bottom lane. So far in the series, we got Ryan Blaney's won 3 races. And then everyone else, well, not everyone else, but quite a few of these guys by now who has now won 1 apiece. We're 13 races in, we still have yet to find another repeat winner. William Byron, though, now with the lead. Here's Ryan Preece behind him. Ryan Preece, no stranger to winning. He won a number of races in the Team Adventures last season. I still have yet to win something this year. Because last season, of course, Preece ran for JGR. This year, well, he's made a handful of starts in the Team National Series as well for Junior Motorsports. William Byron, they're going to lead another lap. As Ryan Preece in the high line trying to get a run. That's not really the ideal thing to do, though. And here is William Byron. Still leading. There's Rebecca back up here. Rebecca's still yet to win a race. It's just insane. It feels like these Silver More Sports girls, they've been around for a little while now, and yet they haven't really won anything. Meanwhile, the field now bunching up once again for leaders. Brad Gazowski now getting up from the guys at low line. Dangerous Hicks getting in this train once as well. And for the Bobbin. I smell some left cars in the distance. This could split these guys up. You might want to get in the bottom lane for this one. That's what Freud Bob wants to do. Not only because I'll likely take the lead this time by, but also, he'll be out there. Danger's the back up second. Man, Hicks is so good this track. Something must have happened because James Six, of course, ran this race last season, yet didn't really do anything of note this year. He's running with the best. We're still with that lead. And how long until live traffic becomes a factor? First slow car. BJ McLeod running slowly with a very broken race car. And throwing the bobbin of all the guys. Oh. Get in last two. Fred Bobbin trying. Oh. James Six is doing so good. He's going to get held up on the high line. He's getting held up by BJ McLeod. As Fred Bobbin now is your leader with Percy Benellis behind him. Okay, this part of the field is finally got around BJ McLeod. At least most of the guys anyway. Race are running high. I'm about to go 3 wide for second. Let's look. Oh, I totally forgot. Reddick was up here. No, Reddick is your leader. I knew someone took off, but I couldn't quite figure out who it was. But anyway, Tyler Reddick. Oh, he tried to shut the door in front of Bobbin. Didn't quite succeed though. There's still more live traffic coming up though. It's still pretty far from over. Yeah, well, live traffic. This time it's a bit of a group of cars. And they're catching up to them fast. My presentation is falling a little bit back. Well, live traffic coming up though is gonna bunch these guys up. Going to Bobbin still with that lead. Percival goes underneath him now. Here's a trio of slow cars. And here is actually a quad of slow cars. You've got Larson, NROL, Douglas, and Stenhouse. Oh, they're getting split. Look at that. Okay, those Lucas are almost past. Looks like the front of Bobbin though, we just wait for those guys the best. As Frony to Bobbin looking for that second win on the season. Here's Marjorie Sears now back up here. Game 6 actually got through. You know, he's actually been on a number of good runs recently. Well, except for last weekend, but, you know, that weekend had a thingy. But it's definitely interesting, though, to see Game 6 run this good. Here's Kevin Ulrich, though, now taking the lead. Going with the face at the race scheme. It's really an interesting one. I was thinking at the second place, guys, now going 4 wide. Now here's Eric Jones here as well. And some of those behind trying to catch up, or trying to anyways. Nia, you got back hooks with Byron. And then you have Ryan Priest and Rebecca. Here's Eric Jones, once again going low. And Eric Jones now trying to make his way underneath Harvick. And Eric Jones. Eric Jones actually ran pretty good in last weekend's race. Well, all things considered. Oh, Christopher Bell, slow car. Man, these slow cars really split up the pack in ways that you don't really want them to. On the flip side, though, it does allow us the riffraff from behind to get closer up. For example, here's William Byron, and Ryan Preece, who were in their own little island. Now they're getting back up with the field. Let's say some drivers made it through this better than others. So back to the lead. Now it's between Eric Jones and Preece, and actually, where's Harvick? Well, let's see. The scoreboard. Okay, Preece now in the lead. Now it's Sos Morris, was teammate of Nia, trying to keep up. You know, in this weekend, could we also see a pair of first career winners? Because not only there's the number of guys who still get to win a race this season, there's a few guys who still get to win a race in their whole career. And here's an example of that. I mean, sure, she's won a qualifying race, but she still has yet to win a big time race. Here's Brad Keselowski up here as well. Keselowski, though, another driver, could become a repeat winner. He won the second race of the season at All Club. That was an interesting race weekend. Well, I say interesting. That was a bit of a slow one. Because Keselowski didn't actually have to make any on-track lap passes. He actually won All Club because he had a fast pit stop than Chris Buescher, and he won the race as a result. But with a super speedway, you know, you can lose that lead as soon as you gain it. Here's Matt DiBenedetto up here. And Ryan Preece, who was separated from the pack for a brief moment, is now back into the mix. And Dane 6 still up here. Man, when did Dane 6 get so good? Looks like they're going to lead this lap. And Matt DiBenedetto. Oops. And Matt DiBenedetto going to take the lead here. Here is Ryan Preece. Yep, feels all back together now. This will be until the next lap traffic comes along. And Matt DiBenedetto is gonna lead this lap anyway. Not lead the entire lap, but he's gonna lead this one after being second. And Matt DiBenedetto leads the lap. Oh, BJ McLeod though gonna mess these guys up once again. Man, Canada drivers not even in this race. We still have slow cars, and what they're gonna do, or what are they gonna do? BJ McLeod can't decide where he's gonna go. Everyone behind him trying to choose for him. Yeah, some drivers have better luck than others. For a moment, it was all together. Not anymore. Oh, it's lap traffic. Never mind. This is okay. This is for position. So Matt DiBenedetto going to lead this lap, but there's even more lap traffic to deal with. What are they going to do about these guys? They've got two. You know, I'm really supposed to do it, and Joey Logano. what's up with those guys? They're running rather slow. So they're going about to get left by his teammate, Brad Keselowski. And it's just going nuts. Not about any of those. Really the only driver to stay consistent. Because Marchers here, so I got a couple of JGR guys trying to get that lead. The only two JGR guys left in this race. I don't know where Kyle Busch or Denny Hamlin are. I think Denny Hamlin's broken and Kyle Busch. I don't know what happened to Kyle, but I think he got taken out in that crash as well. As Matt DiBenedetto still in first. So Matt DiBenedetto took over this 21 car after, I think it was Paul Menard who retired. Yeah, Paul Menard retired after last season. And Matt DiBenedetto was a free agent, so he took this car. Man, DiBenedetto only going to lead another lap. So the end of the race, though, is near. I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen between now and the finish. It feels a little bit small. Actually, now they're about the same. Except maybe a couple cars missing. Here comes Frank DeBobbin once again. Surging right underneath Matt DiBenedetto. That was a good pass. I don't know where Frank DeBobbin got that speed from, but well on him. So, Frank DeBobbin trying to win this race 2 years in a row. Brad Keselowski, though, not having any of it. And here's Purser. Now taking the bottom lane. Bank Hogs on the. Oh dear, that's not very good for him. Man, Bank Hogs can't get over these guys. He might be left far behind. Now one's getting transition release. Purser back to the lead. I guess Truex trying to do the same. Nine laps to go. Martin Jr. now is the lead. Truex still yet to win a race this season. Canard though still looking. Yeah, Bank Hoax, he's still somewhat in the draft, but he just can't quite get to the pack itself. Kevin Harvick, he's trying once again. And there goes Harvick, now to the lead. Harvick now leading in Orlando. Here comes Tyler Reddick. This is Reddick's 13th Cup start. He's got one win under his belt. Could he get another? Bank Hoax, though, he's slowly getting back up to the field. Still quite a bit of a ways left in this race. And here's James back up here. Does Six have a a trick up his sleeve. Well, he's got 6 more laps. Actually, 7. I think. Still a handful of laps, but just enough for something to go haywire. And Bank Coach is actually getting the bottom lane now. Well, on him. Tyreek, they'll still with the lead position. He might search down. Yep. Oh no, Danger 6 got the spot there. So Danger 6 has already had a bit of practice leading the race. Can he now lead them to the finish? Might be too early to decide that. Danger 6 though, he's trying. Yep, Danger's still leading. That's like the Western engine. Oh, here they come again. Lap traffic. He's gonna shake things up a bit. And I feel like Bomb already trying to prepare for this. As Phil's once again about to encounter lapped traffic. Here they go. Oh, Priest trying to make it through. I'm looking at these Priest. Man, look at Priest go. So he's way right through the pack. About to lap his teammate. And Ryan Priest now is the leader of Orlando. Frederick Bob, I'm a pretty big fan of Ryan Priest. Would be pretty cool to see him win this race. But there's still quite a lot that remains. Priest, now that he's not in the draft anymore, he might get caught up, or might get swallowed up by these guys. Or still trying to get around the slow guys. Here's Bank Coaches, who for a brief moment was all the way back. He's not moved his way up to the field, and Ryan Priest, who is now hitting a wall of air, losing speed. 4 laps to go. Can Priest be blocked? And might. He's picking up the pace now as he's. I don't know, he's getting drive from BJ McLeod. And he might still do it. And Priest. Still trying. Yeah. Makes way around BJ McLeod. Although once again he's going to have a bit of a gap. Yeah, a lot of good cars up here. Bank Coaches, James 6 for the Bobbin. I think even. There's another driver down there that I created. I think it was William Byron. So Priest, though, now leads at Orlando, still. This is going to be interesting. This is coming down to the race for the win. 3 laps to go. It's still going to be a toss-up. There's a number of interesting cars around here. Can Ryan Priest hold them off for 3 more laps, or is someone else going to steal the win? Danger 6 in a very good spot. Bank Coach here as well. Priest still trying to shut the door on them. Not quite. And here is Bank Coaches trying to take the lead, but it's still way too much left. A lot of racing cars up here. This race still far from over. And Priest actually trying to hold the lead. I go 3-1 for second. Priest, you have to go to the bottom lane here. Maybe he's pulling a strategy or something. I don't really know. Looks like the race come down to these guys. Still know who's going to win. 2 laps to go. Priest still trying to hold these guys off. And there is Danger 6 in second. Yesterday in the Team Snatch Series, we saw a winner that we didn't quite expect. Today, we could possibly see the same, as Ryan Priest Still leading. Here comes Duck, the Great Western Engine. Duck's gonna go low. That's gonna cost Priest the lead. As Duck, the Great Western Engine. Now I'm trying to take the lead in this race. White flag, one more lap to go. Danger 6 in a very good spot. Priest still on the high line. And Dangerous Hicks goes underneath Doug the Great Western Engine. It's still a toss-up, half lap to go. Dangerous Hicks has the lead. And Dangerous Hicks gonna go underneath Percy Serp, or not underneath Percy, trying to close the door on him. Percy with a bit of a run, he's just trying to hold it. Coming over the final corner. There's gonna be a close one. Dangerous Hicks on the high line, Percy on the low line. Percy goes to the inside. And it's going to be Percy Serp who will win the Disney 500 at the Orlando International Speedway. Wow. We were very, very close to seeing an underdog driver win this race. But a top guy is going to do it again. And it is Percy Serp. Percy Serp, who didn't really do anything impressive last year, won the pole for the season opener. And now he has won a race. Percy Serp, now a winner in this year's NROL Skittles Cup Series season. Man, Dangerous Hicks though, he was in the right place at the right time. He just couldn't hold off Percy Serp, who had an even bigger run. Still a good effort from Dangerous Hicks though. He almost won. But it's going to be Percy Serp today. And Percy Serp is indeed your winner for today. That's quite cool. Well, I guess we'll now give you the starting grid for the rest of the race. Rest of the field, so Percy Serp is your winner with Dangerous Hicks coming up second, so a very good day for him with Eric Jones coming up in third, Doug fourth, Oliver fifth, Tyler Reddick sixth, Ben Cook seventh, Ryan Priest eighth, Matt DeBendano ninth, Brad Kozlowski 10th, Rebecca 11th, Marcia Jr. 12th, Nia 13th, Pointer Bobbin 14th, William Byron 15th, Kevin Harvick 16th, Kyle Busch 17th, Chase Elliott 18th, Austin Dillon 19th, Ryan Newman 20th, Chris Busch 21st, Quinn Allen 22nd, Kurt Busch 23rd, Joey Logano 24th, Rick Spector 25th, Christopher Bell 26th, Kyle Larson 27th, Reese Dozier 28th, Douglas 29th, Eric Gambrell 30th, BJ McLeod 31st, Ryan Blake 32nd, Virgin 33rd, Bo Wallace 34th, Russell David 35th, Clint Boyd 36th, Tim Tom 37th, Don 38th, Jimmy John 39th, Denny Hamlin 48th, Alex Bowman 41st, and Cole Custer in 42nd. Well, there you have it. That's Orlando. That is a weekend of racing complete, but it was a good one this time. It was a good one, good Steven Saturday race and good Skills Cup Series race. We almost had Dangerous Hicks win, but it is Percy Serp who will add to his legacy of wins and will score his first win of the season. So, that's all from Orlando. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in whatever I make next.